inward. For those just joining on, good morning. We are lying flat on our backs to start, focusing on our breaths. And as you lie back, maybe let the eyes gently close. And feel the whole back body imprinting into the earth. Right? You'll feel the pelvis and the hips are heavier. If your legs are extended, the legs are heavy. And then there's a tiny bit of space in the low back. And then again, a heavier rooting through the ribs and the shoulders. And then the gentle lift in the curve in the back of the neck. And once again, the head is really heavy. Right? And just feel all those heavy points letting go and releasing into the earth. It's so good for our nervous system to just take a moment and notice these heavy points. They're grounding, right? It's creating a sense of safety. And set an intention for your practice or set an affirmation. Dedicating your time to someone or something, or even again, an affirmation. Maybe it's a 3-word phrase. I am fill in the blank. And as you move and breathe, we keep this with us in our hearts and in our bodies. And then from here, we'll stretch the arms long, stretch your legs long, right? Like you're just getting out of bed in the morning. Maybe some of you are. If you're like me, you've been up since sunrise. Right, but it's still nice to take that little bit of time and breathe. Aware of everything. Good, and then we'll go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Good, from here, circle them around a little bit in each direction. So we massage through the low back. Right, you can rock the knees from side to side. Beautiful. And from here, go ahead and extend the left leg long on the mat, or again, you keep the sole of the foot planted, either or. From here, kick your right heel up to the sky and hold on to the back of the leg. And you want to press your thigh into the hands to help move the thigh bone away from the belly. Then you can point and flex your foot or circle the ankle around. Full deep breaths. And then we'll go ahead and take our right knee back into the chest and then cross it over to the left. Okay, the arms might reach out to a T or to a cactus. And then on the inhale, we come back up And now we'll take our right foot, either place the sole of the right foot on the mat, or you can keep your right leg extended. And we kick the left heel up to the sky. Hold on to the back of the leg. Same thing. Point and flex the foot or circle your ankle around. And you press the hands into leg into hands to help move the thigh bone away from the belly. And then from here, we'll go ahead and bend the left knee back into the chest. And then we'll take the left knee all the way over to the right. Relax the shoulders. You might even get a little adjustment in the back as we do this in the very beginning. And your gaze might go over to the left as well. Beautiful. Then as you inhale, come on back up. We'll guide both knees back into the chest again. A couple more circles, side to side. Right, or you're rocking, whatever works for you. Then we're going to come all the way to roll over to one side. Beautiful. From here, we make our way up to all fours. So the hands will go directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Spreading wide through your fingertips. We'll do a couple rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, you're going to look up to the sky, tailbone's going to lift. And then as you exhale, you round and press the floor away. You might even sit the hips back just a teensy bit. Inhale, look up, tailbone lift, shoulders draw back. Exhale, round. Again, maybe you sit back just a teensy bit. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Couple more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, we're going to sit the hips all the way back to child's pose. So your knees can be wide or close together. And your forehead is going to reach towards the mat. If you have a block, you can even take your block and stick it underneath the forehead, right, if you need the extra lift. And focus on your breath as you are in your child's pose. So we imagine the breath like a balloon filling up through the belly and the chest and the ribs, the low back. And then as you exhale, the balloon contracts. Right, so inhale, your balloon fills all the way up. And then exhale, it very slowly releases. Good. And then from here, we'll inhale just to reach up a little bit, and we'll walk our fingertips over to the left. So your right hand might even come on top of the left hand, right? And you just give a nice big stretch to the side of the right waistline. And then we'll come back to center. And our right hand will reach to the right, and your left arm will reach a little longer over to the right. Maybe your left palm comes on top of the right hand. And then as you inhale, we come on back. Let's make our way back up to all fours. All right, from here, we'll go through a little core stabilization. So let's extend our left foot back behind us, right? And lift it up into the sky. And we're trying not to dump in the low back. We want to lift up through the belly, right? So we have a nice even back. And then we'll reach our right arm out. And just holding here, right? We're not going to move. I want you to, instead of lifting up as high as you can, I want you to extend out. And again, hugging the belly in. You'll feel your glute turn on and the right shoulder turn on. We'll take another full breath in. And now as you exhale, release your right hand to the mat. And then we'll step our left foot forward. Good. Beautiful. All right, fingertips can reach out on a diagonal to the right. Your back knee, the right knee might lift up. You can also keep it down, right? We gently wag our hips side to side. And of course, anytime you can always lower your right knee to the mat if it's too much. We just use this time to move around and notice where we might be holding some resistance. Not judging it, right? Just noticing. And then we'll walk the hands back to center. Now your right palm is going to plant underneath the right shoulder. The left hand will come to the hip. Draw your shoulder back, good. And then we'll reach the left arm up to the sky. If your shoulders are tight today, your left hand can stay on the hip. We reach nice and long through the crown of the head. Beautiful. On your exhale, we'll lower the right knee back to the mat. Left hand comes down. We come back to all fours. Right, and now we're going to switch sides, make it even. We'll extend our right foot back behind. We're going to try and square through the hips. So sometimes our right hip will splay open, but we want to square the hips to the mat. Press down through the hands, lift through the belly, and then reach your left arm. Beautiful. Hanging out here, again, we're lengthening instead of lifting as high as we can, right? Because then we lose kind of control in the belly. And in some poses, that's fine, right? We want that, but when we're engaging through the core, we want to hold everything inward. We'll take another full inhale. Exhale, left palm plants down. Right foot's going to step forward. Fingertips walk out to the left, right? And I'm using a block. If you need anything, you can grab that, a book or soup cans, whatever you got, right? And then we'll lift the left knee up off the mat, and we gently wag the hips side to side. Again, we move slow, we move with what feels good. And then the hands will come back to center. Good. The left palm plants. Right hand will come to the hip. We draw the shoulder back to open through the chest. And then maybe your right arm reaches up to the sky, broaden through your collarbones. Stay high on the ball of the left foot if your left knee is lifted. And we'll go ahead, release the right hand back down to the mat. We lower the left knee down. Come back to all fours. And we'll go through a couple more rounds of cat-cow. Hands underneath shoulders. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Two more. Inhale, look up. Exhale and round. Last time, inhale, look up. Good, exhale, round. And now we'll tuck the toes under and come into a down dog. And if you guys all have practiced with me before, so if down dog is too much, you stay in your child's pose or your puppy pose. I'll always instruct down dog, but no, there's always plenty of other options, right? And while you're here, bend one knee, straighten the other, very slowly, pedal the feet. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we'll rise onto the toes. You'll look between the hands. And then as you exhale, very slowly, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Feet will be hip-width distance apart. Clasp opposite elbows. And let yourself ragdoll and hang. Right. Shake your head yes, shake the head no. Then we'll go ahead, release the fingertips down. On the inhale, hands will come to your shins, lift and lengthen halfway. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Two more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Last time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. On the inhale, we'll sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, flat back. And as you exhale, hands will travel to your heart center. Take a moment. Let me breathe again. Well, we're always breathing, right? But just coming back to now an upright position. Beautiful. And then we'll continue on through some half sun salutes and then through some full sun salutes, and we'll pepper in some other fun stuff in between. So on the inhale, arms will reach up, look up to the sky. You might even lean back a little bit as we do this. As you exhale, fold forward, touch the mat. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up. Again, maybe you lean back. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to add that little pause between the sun breaths. Inhale, arms rise, maybe lean back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, maybe lean back. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, maybe lean back. If you have been working and sitting at your desk all week, that little lean back feels good. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. I'm going to do one more after this. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, last one. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, now we'll plant the palms, step back to down dog. Beautiful. On the inhale, you'll rock forward to a plank. Right, your option is to lower the knees to the mat, right? And then we'll lower down to the belly. Untuck the toes, and then we'll press into the palms. Chest is gonna lift up to a cobra. Little bend in the elbows, beautiful. Then you exhale, come back up through all fours, and then down dog. We'll take 2 more big breaths in down dog. And then inhale to rise onto the toes, look between the hands, exhale, feet walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands release to the heart. Beautiful, we have 2 more. We're just gonna add on a little bit each one. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, interlace your hands behind the back and step your feet mat width distance apart. Little shoulder opener. Bend the knees, draw your shoulders back, and then we're gonna fold over the bent knees. Right, your hands can stay on your low back or they might lift up towards the sky, whatever is more comfortable. And then you're gonna bend one knee and straighten the other and rock yourself from side to side. So good for hamstrings and shoulders. Good, keeping your hands behind the low back. On your inhale, we'll lengthen halfway. Now as you exhale, fold, release the fingertips down, straighten the legs. Inhale halfway. Exhale back to your down dog. Good, on the inhale, rock forward to your plank or your knee lower. And then exhale, lower to the belly. Untuck the toes, press into the palms, chest lifts up to a cobra. Beautiful, exhale, back to down dog. Take a couple breaths here. And then we'll inhale to rise onto the toes. Look between the hands. Exhale, feet walk to the top. Inhale, lengthen through your chest halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms will sweep all the way up to the sky. And exhale, once again, hands come to our hearts. All right, we have one more. I'm gonna add on just a little bit again. Nothing too complicated. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, we're gonna bring the arms out to a cactus or a goalpost, right? And then we're gonna bend the knees, sit our butts back into our imaginary chair. Utkatasana, chair pose. Right, and gaze down at your toes, right? And you want to be able to see the toes in front of the knees. So if you're too far forward, you won't be able to see the toes. So you want to shift the knees back. Right? We take another full inhale. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, down dog. We're going to take a nice rest after this vinyasa. On the inhale, rock to your plank. And as you exhale, lower to the belly. Beautiful. Press into the palms, chest lifts up, cobra. Good. Now as you exhale, we sit our hips back to child's pose. Right, we'll take about two minutes here to breathe. You might even use this as a time for a mini meditation on your intention or affirmation, and just repeating it to yourself. We'll take another couple big full breaths here. Good, and then from here, we'll come back up to all fours. Right, starting with a low lunge, we'll take our left foot, step it forward between the hands. Right, from here, we'll bring our arms up alongside the ears, or if it's too much for your shoulders, arms out to a cactus. Right, and without moving your feet, you're dragging the legs towards one another. So you'll feel the isometric contraction. You'll feel your left hamstring turn on and the front of your right hip turn on. Nice big breath. Keeping your right toes tucked under. That'll help protect your ankle and knee. Good. Steadying the gaze. Take another full breath in. Exhale, we'll release the hands down and switch sides. So now your right foot will step forward, left knee stays down, and inhale, arms to rise. Good. So you want your ankle and knee and hip to be at a 90-degree angle on the right side. And we gently draw the legs towards one another. We keep a lightness in the chest, the upper body. Taking another big breath in. And then exhale, fingertips will release down. Beautiful. From here, we'll step forward to a forward fold. On the inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale, arms will rise. Exhale, hands release to the sides of the hips, palms face forward. Even as you stand here, feel the rooting through the feet, right? When we first started the practice, we felt the grounding and rooting through the low back. Now we root down through the feet. And as we continue to move and breathe, whatever touches the earth, right, makes contact with the earth, we feel that connection. We draw energy up from that grounding and rooting. On the inhale, arms will rise. As you exhale, we'll take our gaze forward and take a nice big step back with our left foot into a high lunge. And you don't have to go extremely far back, right? And it's better to have a tiny bend in your left knee, just a little bit, right? And again, the right knee tracks between your second and third toe. And we draw the legs towards one another, staying high on the ball of your left foot. Find your strength and the breath. Nice. You take another full breath in. Exhale, we'll release the hands back to the hips. Step forward. Good. Inhale, arms will sweep up again. And we'll switch sides. Exhale, big step back, or a little step back with our right foot, right? Whatever we can get to. Pulling our left hip back, right hip forward, slight bend in the right knee. So we don't hyperextend it, right? Better to have a little give. Notice your left toes. Are you gripping the toes with your mat? Right, sometimes we do that, and that's fine, just as long as we notice it and then release it. Take another big inhale. Exhale, hands come to the hips, we step forward. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, again, we sink back down into our chair pose. Hands come to the heart. And then I want you to take a hand to your low back. Right now, if you feel a huge arch in your low back, I want you to fill that arch, right? So you curl the tailbone under a little bit so there's less of an arch. You feel the core turn on, right? You take another big breath in, and then as you exhale, release fingertips down. Good work for our legs. Inhale halfway. And then as you exhale, we're going to plant the palms, step back to down dog. Again, you know your down dog modifications, child's pose, puppy pose. Nice. From here, let's take our right foot, step it forward between the hands, however it gets there. We pivot and plant the left heel down so it's parallel with the outside edge of the mat. Yeah, right elbow will come to your right knee. The left hand comes to your hip. You twist and turn open to the side. We're in our side angle pose. And anytime we're in a lunge, whether our hips are square to the front of the mat or the hips are square to the side of the mat, we squeeze the legs towards one another, right? So you feel the legs working, you feel the muscles working, but you're also getting a nice stretch. Your left arm might reach up to the sky, or if it feels okay, you can reach it alongside the ear. Right now, wherever you are, you're going to expand from collarbone to collarbone, broadening through the chest, leaning the chest back. Beautiful. Take another inhale. Now as you exhale, fingertips release down, and then we'll step back again to a down dog. Take your time. And notice the right leg compared to the left leg. Nice, and then we'll go ahead and switch sides. So the left foot will come forward between the hands, however it gets there. Right, you can step it up halfway and then use your left hand to help take it the rest of the way. And we pivot and plant the right heel down so it's parallel with the outside edge of the mat. Left elbow to the knee, right hand to the hip. Right, and I'm just going to scoot this way. And then we're going to lean the chest back. Yes, beautiful. From here, right arm might reach up to the sky. Or maybe it swings alongside the ear. Good. We think of lengthening through both sides of the waist. And a couple more breaths. And then we'll go ahead, release the fingertips down. Nice. From here, we will go ahead and step back to a down dog. A couple more breaths. Good. And then we'll lower the knees to the mat. We'll come into our lizard pose. So our right foot is going to step to the outside edge of the mat. Right, all the way up at the top. Good. From here, you can walk your your left knee back just a little bit. I still want your hips pretty much lifted. And then you might lower to one elbow. Right, it's okay if you don't lower at all. That's fine to stay up on the hands. Right, we just want you trying to square the hips to the front of the mat. So I like to stay up on my hands. It just feels better for me. But you might be able to lower to one elbow, maybe even two elbows. And again, gentle drawing in of the legs. There's a lift in the belly, and that's what helps keep us nice and long, right? And not collapsing in the heart. Good, and then we'll go ahead, come back on up. Come to all fours. Right, you can simply switch through all fours. Maybe you like going through down dog, that's fine too. And then we'll take our left foot, step it forward. Right, all the way to the outside edge of the mat, so we give our hips a lot of room. From here, maybe you walk your right knee back a little bit, squaring through the hips, right? So your right hip pulls back, your left hip pulls back, right hip forward, and then maybe lowering to one elbow or two elbows, but we keep the chest long. Again, I prefer to stay up on my hands, up to you and your body. Right, and that's the beauty of our yoga practice, is learning where we can push ourselves a little bit safely, and learning when something just doesn't sit right with us in our bodies with the movements, and we work with that and respect it, learning the self-respect. Beautiful. From here, we'll go ahead, come back up to all fours. We're going to take a couple more cat-cows. So planting the palms now, we're going to start to slow it down a little bit. On the inhale, look up to the sky. And as you exhale, round, maybe sit back an inch. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. 2 more. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Last time. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Good. From here, we come all the way back up, and then we'll swivel around to our backs. Okay, and we'll come to lie completely flat. I want you to keep the soles of your feet on the mat. We're going to work through 3 bridge poses. So when we are in our yoga practice, for whatever reason it is, but 3 is like an auspicious number. It's like the number to do your back bends in. So we'll do 3 bridge poses. Right, so there's a couple different variations. I will instruct 2 of them, right? So first we'll start with the hands on the mat at the sides of the hips. And then we'll take the feet so they're underneath the knees, or what we think is underneath the knees, right? It's hard to tell when we're lying back and not in person, or else I'd come around and adjust you. Right, and from here, we want the toes pointing forward, or what seems like pointing forward. And then we'll take the elbows, right? We'll bend the elbows so the elbows are at the sides of the waistline, and our palms face in towards one another. So we're like a little T-Rex holding a shoebox in front of us. And from there, you shimmy your shoulders underneath you just a little bit so you can press your shoulders into the mat. From there, you press the back of the head into the mat. Just a teensy bit so you feel the curve in the back of the neck. We want that. That is a beautiful thing to have. Right? And then from there, we're going to press down through the feet and then start to curl the tailbone underneath and then press on up. Right? And you drag your heels back towards you without actually moving them. Beautiful. We'll take another full breath in here. And then as you exhale, very slowly, roll your spine back down to the mat, articulating 1 vertebrae at a time. And then let the pelvis return back to neutral. Right? Good. And again, we'll press down through the feet. We'll start to slowly roll up through the hips. Press down through the elbows, press down through the shoulders, the back of the head, and the feet. And then once we're at the top, if you like to interlace the hands behind your low back and shimmy your shoulders underneath you a little bit more, you absolutely can go ahead and do that. You don't have to, though. Right? I like to keep my hands like a T-Rex. Taking another deep breath in. Exhale, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Full inhale and exhale at the bottom. And then again, as you exhale, on the next round of breath, we're going to peel the hips up. Press down through the elbows, re-shimmy the shoulders, press down through the back of the head. So we don't want our chin tucking. We actually want the chin pretty neutral, in a neutral position. Taking a full breath in at the top. And then as you exhale, again, articulating 1 vertebrae at a time, lowering down, lowering, lowering, lowering down. Good. And then once your pelvis, your low back hits the mat again, you take the feet mat width distance apart and let your knees knock in towards one another. 1 hand comes to the belly, 1 hand to the heart. And just hang out here for a minute. Beautiful. All right, now we'll take the feet. Well, your feet should already be met with distance apart, right? And we'll take the arms out to a cactus or to your T. And we're going to gently windshield wipe the knees from side to side. Yeah, good. And then we'll let the knees stay over to the left. You can also take your left ankle and cross it on top of the right knee. Or you just stay with your knees knocking. To get an extra stretch on your right waist, right belly, you can reach your right arm alongside the ear. Just lengthens gently through the front of the right body. Good. And then we'll bring the knees back up to center, and now we'll let them go over to the right. Right ankle might cross on top of your left knee. And now your left arm might reach up overhead to get extra length through the left side. Good, and then we'll come on back up. Beautiful. From here, take the right ankle on top of the left knee. And then you'll hug your left knee into the chest. Okay, you can hold on to the back of the leg and gently rock yourself from side to side. And we want to keep both feet flexed to protect our knees. And then we'll take our whole figure four, the whole kit and caboodle, and move it all the way over to the left. Right, so the sole of your left foot touches the ground, the sole of your right foot touches the ground. And the right knee moves away from you. Relax your shoulders. You might even look over your right shoulder as well. Beautiful, and then we'll make our way back up and we'll switch sides. So right foot comes down, left ankle on top of the right knee. We hug the right knee in, holding on to the back of the right leg. And you might add a little gentle rock from side to side. And then we'll take our whole figure four and we'll move it over to the right. So you want the sole of the left foot planted on the mat. I like to hold onto my left foot with my right hand just so I give myself some traction. And you want the left knee reaching away from you. So instead of letting it come towards you, you want to help move it away from you. So you can use your left hand to press it away. And that way you get a nice big stretch in the left hip. And then from here, we come back up to center. Good, we'll take the soles of the feet onto the mat, and then you're gonna take your hands, make fists, and you're gonna press your fists into the tops of the thighs. So you're creating some space in the low back, and you just keep pressing the hands into the legs. Good, and then from here, we'll bring both knees into the chest and then take a happy baby. So you can hold on to your big toes, you can hold on to the outside or inside edges of the feet and gently rock yourself side to side. And then when you're ready in your very own time, we'll go ahead, hug the knees into the chest again. If there's one last pose that your body is asking you to do, like a twist or maybe a leg extension, you absolutely can go ahead and do that. And then when you're ready at your own time, we'll lower down for about a 3-minute Shavasana, 3 to 4 minutes. So you let yourself completely relax onto the mat. You take this time to focus on your intention or affirmation and use this time to meditate and to find rest. very slowly and gently take a deeper and fuller breath in through the nose, into your belly. And out of the belly, out through the nose. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle the toes. Stretch your arms and stretch your legs. And then you'll go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. And gently rock yourself around from side to side. And then we'll welcome to roll over onto one side. You're going to use your strong arms to make your way back up to a comfortable seated position. With your eyes closed, your hands will travel to your heart center. And just soaking up all the beautiful benefits of your yoga practice. Moving with your breath, becoming mindful and respectful of your body and the movements. And then moving with the purpose, having our intention or affirmation. As we go off our mats into the rest of our day and weekend, keeping all that with us. And acknowledging your strength and your hard work. And in honor of our time together this morning, I will gently sing the sound of Om one time. And you can sing along in your own home or you just listen. And I'll take a full breath in. And bow your head to your very own heart. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.